Hey, how are you? It's DTM here. It's been a while since we've had some pillow talk, huh? I'm just traveling through from California to Arizona. I'm on the border right now, so I got to get my butt moving to stay on schedule here. It's about 6 in the morning. The sun's just popping up over the head. It looks like a beautiful day, and I'm very, very thankful for that. But when it comes time to make videos, which is my art as well as my service, I would also have you know that it's my job as well. And so I've got a couple things I want to talk about today. One is an announcement, and that is about the open box sale that I'm having. All my DVDs are available for over half off. And the open box basically means that you can get the returns. People return the DVDs because we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Or sometimes in shipping, the packages get damaged or the cellophane gets removed or something small like that where we can't sell it as brand new. And so we have an open box sale once a year to just get all the inventory out of the storage facility. So now is your opportunity. If you've been thinking about getting one or more of the DVDs, then it's a great time to do that. There's a link down below with a video. And you can go watch that now if you want to. So thanks for letting me announce that. It's just a great opportunity to save some money if you've been wanting to get any of my DVDs single instead of like a package or something. And by the way, the content and the disc inside is 100% guaranteed, and it's in perfect shape. So that's the only thing. It's like a cosmetic thing. So it's, like I said, it's just a great opportunity to save some money and get yourself some more educational materials. Now, I wanted to talk about some of the more important aspects of health. We've gotten into, I don't want to corner myself in because I want to help a lot of people, and I think a lot of people get cornered into like I call it the parrot factor. You know, they just say the same thing over and over again, which is fine. Like they have this one message and then this over and over and over again. Now, fruits, vegetables, and love. Of course, it's the same old thing. As far as, you know, but it's also, as a person, you just grow and you start to see, wow, we really got to get this message out there too. And hopefully what you do is you evolve as someone who wants to teach and share, you know, because that's just the position that you turned me into that. So I been wanting to share about the 4 elements. And the 4 elements is the earth, the air, the water, and the fire, which compose and constitute every living thing, you know. And so, of course, when we're eating raw foods, we're getting those elements in a more condensed form. But I don't think that, in my experience and even in my own life, I don't get out enough and you know, expose myself to those elements more, which is where the living organism absorbs its energy and health. You know, the more subtle aspects. Food is one of the more grosser spokes on the wheel, one of the more condensed. Some more of these elements are much more subtle, and we're trying to eat our way back to health, and we're ignoring the other more subtle, invisible qualities of the universe. So I am going to continue to express my message, the 3 pillars, you know, the oxygen, the water, and the sunlight. Maybe really what it is it's might be more considered like 4 pillars, because even though I've mentioned, and when I made that video several people mentioned, what about earthing? Well, of course, because that basically is the other element. Earth. Go and stand on the grass or somewhere on the ground and get all your energies grounded and balanced that way. I like to do like yoga on the grass, or anytime, just stand there on the grass, barefoot. 5-10 minutes is all it takes to really connect you with the electromagnetic energy of the earth. So that's one of the most important elements. Go outside and get your feet on the earth. Wind, okay, oxygen, obviously that's a big one. Now, when we cook our food, we cook the water out of it. That's why I say, eat raw food, you know. Leave the water in your food. That's why I don't use a dehydrator either. You see what I'm saying? Because Mother Nature hooked it up already and made everything just perfect, you know, because you want the water in the food. Or would I say earth, wind? Wind, oxygen. There's oxygen in the food too. I mean, so basically I'm saying the same thing. When you cook it, you cook out the oxygen. Because fruits and vegetables contain oxygen. You want that in your food when you're chewing it up and absorbing it. It helps with the absorption of the electromagnetic energy, which is a cellular and a stimulant for the mind, a subtle stimulant. And your mind is affected, the quality of your thoughts is affected by the food that you eat. So if you eat a big old mishmash of all kinds of weird stuff, throw it in a pot and cook it, that's what your mind is going to be like. It's going to be like a goulash of 47 different things, you know. It tastes good going down, but if you are really into the subtle aspects of living a strong life, you're going to need the mental focus. Your brain and your, you know, this is what separates us from the lower animals, is the size of our brain. The nerves and the nerve stem and all that, it's fairly similar, but the brain is what gives us our sixth and seventh senses. And then once we get our sixth and seventh senses awakened, which is extremely rare, then we can begin to go Avatar style and awaken our eighth and ninth senses. And that's when we become Avatar Master. So we have to continue to evolve and grow. So we did earth, earthing. We did wind, oxygen, and then, of course, the oxygen is in the food, but it's also outside. And I felt really, really great yesterday. I had the best day driving ever. No music, just by myself, just breathing all day. Once I got off the main freeways, it got really good, and the wind was blowing so strong that I knew it was blowing the soot and the car debris the other way and bringing the fresh air from all these fields right into my nose. So that was really nice. Okay, and then so we touched on the water as I went on a tangent from wind to water. But water, again, is in the food, and it's also in the streams. And so the you're going to want to make sure you're getting plenty of water, lots of hydration. And you can do that. Water is different than the vegetable juices. A combination of both is the best, you know. Spring water is my favorite. I've been going to springs, and it's free. So you go get some 5-gallon BPA, you find the nearest spring at your house, and you visit once or twice a month. You know, if you need to get like 8 5-gallon jugs for your family, so be it. You know, and that's the best water in my opinion. You know, there's a lot of different ways to get water. And then you can restructure it with some herbs, or throw some goji berries in there, or a various number of things that you can put into the water. Like, let's say you get distilled water from the store. You can put in some, you know, something in there. Any kind of herbs. I will have to make a video, I'm sure, because this could be confusion. But let's say, for example, I take some distilled water from the store. I put a little pinch of God's Herbs Lung Formula, which is one of my favorite things. That brings some energy and information back into the water. Okay? So you don't really want to drink dead water, because then you'll have dead cells. You know, it won't really have any information or energy to deliver its hydrating qualities. And so a good combination of fruit and vegetable juices, as well as the best spring water you can find. And fire. Next, sunlight. I can see the sun is bouncing up over the hill here, and it's really cool because the sun is the living ocean of fire coming off the sun there. You can never absorb too much of that. I open my hands up to it. I like to get it into my eyes. Did some sun gazing last night in the desert as the sun set, and that can help to keep your glands functioning, which are the 6th and the 7th senses, your pituitary and pineal, which through our lifestyle get degenerated, and they're operating at subpar levels, and we're not able to tap into our most high so that we can just get information and direction straight from the universal source itself, where all knowledge is available. So getting the earth and earthing yourself, getting the wind by getting the breathing in, going out and walking. Walking's like the best thing you can do with your time. Whenever you get a chance, go out and walk. Number 3, make sure you're staying hydrated with juices and with water, because then all the cells can function like a city. You know, you are basically just trillions of cells that are trying to communicate and live in unison. And if you can create the proper conditions that would allow them to do that, which is an alkaline body, so that the cells can communicate, then they can stay and working in unison with each other. Then you've got the fire, which is the sunlight. And that's the fire of life that feeds everything. The plants, it even charges the air, it charges the water that you drink, you know. And it also, you know, of course, you know, makes the earth dance. So it's all a nice combination, those 4 elements. And I will talk about those more in the future, for sure. And, you know, just make sure everybody's aware, because then you can improve the quality of your life. Like, I know this stuff, but I never get enough time to do it. So that's why I'm going out in the desert for a few days, to take off my clothes and to go absorb myself in this. Well, I might not get to take off my clothes because, believe it or not, there's a freezing cold front that just came through. The desert in the springtime is usually the place to go do a fast. But I always bring extra stuff. My backpack has extra sleeping bag. I brought extra clothes too, because I already know I don't play with nature. She can do whatever she wants. So I brought extra stuff, and I'm glad I did, because normally in the springtime, when you go out to fast, you can pretty much do it naked. It's like 80, 85 in the day. And it's still warm in the day. It's like 70 in the day up in the Grand Canyon. And it'll warm up as things progress. So that's good, but it's still getting down into the 30s at night. In fact, last night when I checked, it was 30 degrees. So I'm glad I brought the extra sleeping bag. So it may not be a close off, except for maybe a couple hours during the day. But I'm going out to connect with the elements, and I do that as much as I possibly can while simultaneously keeping my little train going here with the YouTube, Regeneration Nation, and etc. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you to improve the quality of your life. I wanted to let the people know that don't know that I have DVDs. I know a lot of you do, and so you can just overlook that part. Take the content from the video here, which is my intention to help you and to send love out to you today. But there's the people that should know about the open box sale. Get the DVDs over half off. Thank you very much for letting me share today. I love it. I have to get up out of here and hit the road. So enjoy your life. Have fun. I am having a lot of fun. You know, be free. I will be talking about many more subjects to come. So stay tuned. Life Regenerator. Subscribe to these videos if you haven't already. Go to my Facebook page and give me a like over there. We just passed 15,000 likes, which was one of my goals. So now let's go for 50,000 likes on Facebook. Woohoo! You got to have fun. Otherwise, you might get bored. If you're not having fun, you're getting bored, and that really sucks. So do little weird goals like, and we're coming up on 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a pretty cool milestone. So life is just awesome. And so make your life awesome too. These are all like conscious decisions I've made, and you can do that too, and you can like make your life what you want it to be. And you can be free and still, you know, do very well for your family and have fun. And there is a way. It takes me quite a while, but you may be a more powerful manifestor creator than I am, you know. But as it continues to go on, it gets easier and easier, and the doubt goes away that you are in control and you're powerful. And then you're like, this is how it works, man. I just hold something in my mind. I believe in myself, and the universe plugs it all in and sends the right person, and it's amazing. And it flows like water, baby. Nothing needs to be said or even thought about it. All you got to do is hold that picture in your mind. So hold that picture of peace and breathe in the light and breathe in the energy in through your nose. And while your brain holds the thought, your nose breathes in the cosmic radiation of the energy, the elements, and then you breathe it into that part of your body that needs healing, or you breathe it onto that which you wish to create. So it's an amazing thing, and we're so much more powerful than we realize. So I'll let you go now, and I hope that you have a really awesome day, okay? Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you a lot, and appreciation is the name of the game. Okay, goodbye for now. Out. DTM, chillin'.